Aloha! I'm Kevin Ralbovsky, and I'm here with my student Raul Maitra. He's a student here at the KMR School of Golf. We're located at Ko'olau Golf Club in Kaneohe, Hawaii. And this was known as the world's hardest golf course. It could be the world's most spectacular golf course. We're located in a lush rainforest jungle environment. It's very unique. We have the backdrop of the Ko'olau Mountains framing the holes. And this is where I'm fortunate enough to teach golf at my golf school. And we have a grass driving range. We have 9 holes open to play. Visitors are welcome. So we're very lucky, and I wanted to show everybody the golf course. Raul and I are going to do a little 2-hole course lesson and show you folks what Ko'olau is all about. So Raul, you and I haven't done a course lesson yet. So this will be, a first for both of us in terms of me seeing you on the golf course. We've done driving range lessons working on technique. How's that been going so far?
Oh, phenomenal. We're about 32 lessons in, and Kevin's a very calm teacher. He's got a wonderful eye. Very simple, working on a very mechanical swing. Really improved the golf game and my mechanics.
Okay, good. So one thing that's great about this facility and my golf school is that we have 9 holes here open to give course lessons. And so at some point we got to get off the range, we got to stop thinking about mechanics, we got to start just playing golf, getting the ball in the hole, and that's where, getting on the course is so valuable. So you and I are going to play a couple holes and we're going to whack it around.
Let's do this. I'm looking forward to it.
So here we got a tight hole, right? It's jungle left, jungle right. First hole of the day, I'm not gonna go all out, probably just give it 60%. I'm just gonna try to, complete my backswing, try to finish in a nice polished follow through. If you're nervous at all, it's important to do some breathing. So sometimes I do deep breathing in tournaments just to calm the nerves. But I'm not nervous playing with you, so no. I don't have to do that at the moment. Right, so kind of visualize the shot. I'm just trying to be in a very neutral, straightish shot. There's very little wind right now. Take a couple practice swings, kind of loosen up a little bit. Again, kind of visualizing the target. Alrighty. All right, that looked pretty good.
All right, Kevin, what are you thinking on this shot?
Well, this is very typical Ko'olau where, as a mountain course, you're going to have uneven lies and the ball's below your feet. So the ball's going to tend to tail to the left. You're a left-hander, so you get that little bit of that slice spin. And so for you, you're going to have to aim to the right and focus a little more on hitting down, right? So this is a shot where people oftentimes thin it. And so the adjustment is a little more steep swing and a little more punchy, so you don't need a huge follow through. So I think you just want to hit it over this gully, leave yourself about 140 in, and it should be something like a 6-iron. Very good, look at that, even better. Awesome.
Kevin, I would describe you as a pro's pro in at least 3 respects. The first is you have to have the knowledge. Your knowledge is absolutely unparalleled. I think that's coming from decades of teaching and experience. Number 2 is temperament. I think Kevin you're super kind. You're very calm and patient. Sometimes I try to push Kevin's buttons because he's so calm and I'm kind of trying to be hilarious. But Kevin is very, very patient from beginners to experts. He's taught a U.S. Open winner from ages 9 to 13. He had probably one of the country's leading academies for young students, and he teaches beginners as well. And I think the third thing is really an eye for fixing your swing, both in the short term, but then working to something more in the long term. And his philosophy is each lesson you're going to be a little bit better. You're going to hit it sharper or crisper by the end of the lesson. Do you think that's about right, Kevin, or how do you react to those?
Well, I mean, I thank you, first of all, but yeah, I think every student is a mystery and a puzzle that I'm trying to solve. And each lesson, I think I get a little bit better, you know, trying to put the pieces together. Whether you're a mechanical thinker, whether you're a field player, whether you're visual, right? So I try to move towards the learning style of the student. So yeah, all of those things, you know, try to incorporate in the teaching. So I have a severe downhill lie, I should probably describe it like that, where I'd love to go for it in 2. I'm about 250 out, but I'm gonna lay up, right? This is just too much downhill lie, so I'm just gonna take an 8-iron, play for position. Downhill lie, ball likes to go right, but I have so much loft on it that it should negate some of that. Again, a little bit maybe steeper swing. So I thinned that ball because it was a little bit downhill, but it ended up perfect. So. Okay,
right.
Raul, so we got about it plays about 150, 142-ish to the flag. And although it's downhill, the air is heavy today.
Yep.
So
I'm going to
again,
take a 9-iron.
I want to see you do more the punchy swing, not full out.
Yep.
Because that's where, off a downhill lie like this, you can get way more curvature than you want, right? So a little control punch shot.
Yep.
That we've been doing a lot on the range.
Maybe tilt my shoulders with the angle of the slope
so
a
you
bit.
go with the slope. Try to take a divot, right,
okay,
off this downhill lie.
That's a challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
I'm
right?
a sweeper
so
and I struggle
to take
to
a divot. It's easy to hit a little bit thin.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, that looked better. Very nice. Good job.
Thank you.
To the back of the green.
Yep.
All right.
What are you thinking here, Kevin? Do you have
chipping? I chip with a 64.
Okay.
And I kind of de-loft it, get a little check and then run, a little check and trickle. And I'm just picking out my aim and my landing spot, trying to hit a spot on the green, and then kind of predict how it's going to release.
One time.
There we go.
That wasn't terrible.
No?
No.
I'll take it.
Great shot. Looks like a double breaker.
Double breaker. Not bad for speed.
It just takes off at the end.
Yeah, goes hard right. You'll
I'm
have a
happy
little
with
hook
that.
putt here.
Yeah. All right. So this is uphill, it looks like. I can feel my right foot higher, so it seems like it's going to break right to left a little bit. The line's going to depend on the speed, but I don't want to take it outside the hole is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think uphill you got to hit it firm.
Yep.
And then, yeah, hit it firm, take the break out.
Either right center or right edge?
Yeah. I'd say right center.
Yeah, right center, okay.
Right center and firm. All right, perfect.
All right, we made
good hole.
Thank you. So tell me a little bit about kind of mentality, breathing, yoga, and calmness. And maybe I'll ask by introducing, I'm a good golfer, but I'm a bit of a head case. Sometimes I get nervous or excitable, and I've worked with you to kind of calm my breathing, calm my mind, both through yoga, stretching, and golf. So tell me a little bit about your philosophy on that.
So I teach the golf yoga class, which you attend regularly, so that's fantastic. So number one, you get a little bit of experience with the breathing and the yoga practice, which is generally a very calming messaging, as well as, you know, the connection between mind, body, spirit, and the breath. So doing that, I mean, that's what I highly recommend most golfers, you know, try to incorporate some yoga, whether it's at home using a video or online or going to the actual studio, or, you know, there are golf yoga classes throughout the country, but that's something that still needs to kind of catch on. The breathing aspect of it alone is incredibly beneficial for calming the brain and eliminating what we call the monkey mind, right? The demons, the self-doubt, you know, the anxiety. And so, yeah, that's really the best and only way to cure that is through breathing technique.
Mm-hmm. And two comments for me. One is, some people take golf too seriously, some don't take it seriously enough. But it's just a game after all. I take it too seriously, so I just want to have fun, have good etiquette, just enjoy the game no matter what happens. And number two is, the golf yoga is amazing. It was my introduction to yoga and breathing, and I've kind of transferred that over to my regular life, so it's bettered my life apart from golf. And we have a really nice community. Kevin fosters a great sense of community. It's a wide range of ages from, believe it or not, 10 to maybe 80. And we all have a, you know, a beer or water afterwards. We talk story. It's a really nice social point for a lot of folks. So we look forward to those Sundays.
Yeah. I mean, yoga is also about community. That's why I think the studio or the class environment is actually optimal. Off we go into the woods.
Tell me a little bit about your golf journey in Hawaii specifically. Both of us are kind of long-term residents of Hawaii, but not from here, but it's a very important place to us. So yeah, tell us about Hawaii and golf.
Yeah, I mean, Hawaii, we've got year-round golf and very consistent weather. You can't beat that. And we've got fantastic golf courses, a variety all the way from the municipal to the highest end luxury. So many options.
This view is incredible. Honestly, when you play, the score matters less than just feeling one with nature and just being here. You can see it. You can see your white ball go against the mountains. And yeah, when COVID happened, we got back out here. Just felt like almost tears come to my eye. Just this sense of really joy and release being here. All
right, Raul, we're on the 9th tee box now. This is breathtaking. This is my favorite hole on the front 9. Not only for its beauty and the spectacular mountain behind us, but the difficulty of the hole as well. So uphill, dogleg left. Wind blows right though, so I play fade here and play so that the wind works in my favor. So
perfect.
This is nice.
Yeah, for my friends out there, let's say I'm 1 under par coming into 9. See if we can bring it home. Kevin, you made a great video with Eric Anderslang in Adventures in Golf, talking about Ko'olau. Would just love to hear your thoughts, and if there's kind of any part 2 or any kind of additions you'd like to make to that.
Yeah, that was great. Adventures in Golf gave us a lot of exposure. It was really well made, and I was, moved by it when I watched it. And a lot of people have messaged me and was very heartfelt about saving Ko'olau to some degree. I mean, we have the front 9 open, and it's like you can see, it's a regulation golf course. It's not overgrown. It's not completely jungle. The back 9, however, definitely is, at least not for the near future, is kind of let go, so to speak. And then the other thing that I just want to touch upon is that we do have, obviously we're in a rainforest, we get some rain, but it's not, we don't get days and days of rain. We get little squalls that come through. So, this idea that Ko'olau failed because of the rain we get, I think that's a false narrative. I think it's a hard course to manage in terms of finances. It's very challenging, but with the right business model, we're making it work. So, I'm very proud of that.
Beautiful shot.
Okay.
Kevin, I got about 170. I got a lilac slight downhill and a little bit of a blind shot. What are you thinking, or what's some suggestions?
Well, again, look at the lie, ball below your feet, so you got to play some kind of fade, and you're uphill. Air is very heavy. I would really over club. So I'm curious, what club you're going to hit?
It's 153 front, 169 middle. I'm going to hit my 7-iron with a stock 170.
Yeah, that's not even close. It's going to play 200. So again, you're not reading the elements, right? So adjusted, you're going to have, you know, minimum 5-iron. So this is very common, you know, golfers under club. So you don't have a 5-iron.
I have
so
a 5 hybrid.
5 hybrid will probably go farther than a 5-iron. But I would rather you hit it long than short.
I can choke down on it, hit about 200 maybe.
Right. It's very rare that anyone would hit it over this green just because of the elevation change.
Okay.
And then also just after, you know, this humidity, it's just not going to go as far as it normally would.
Okay. Try to get a little steep on it.
A little steep on it. Aim for the pink tree. Try to take a divot, right?
Okay.
All right. You hit a draw off a fade lie. That was a nice contact. Same thing, I'm going to over club. I have a hook lie, so I got to choke down on it. Play a little more of a sweeping swing. It should definitely have a tendency to hook. Yeah, that's very nice.
Beautiful contact, beautiful shot. Kevin, your tempo was phenomenal. Tell me a little bit about what you think about in terms of tempo and whether or not yoga or breathing helps with that.
I think it starts with eliminating tension, and of course breathing helps with that. Relaxing the muscles. It takes time, you know, the urge to hit the ball, that hit impulse is so prevalent, and golfers, through lots of repetition, lots of body awareness, they can start to reduce the tempo or reduce the tension to swing at a tempo that looks more graceful and more repetitive, right? So, you know, trying to get that hit impulse out of golfers, especially men golfers, I mean, that's part of the challenge on a daily basis. What I found interesting on your last shot is you had a gap. You know, you don't have a 5-iron, so you have a 6-iron and then a 5 hybrid, and just coincidentally, that last shot sort of expose that gap a little bit. So equipment is also, you know, a big element in this puzzle, and trying to make sure people understand, yeah, definitely hybrids are great, but a 5 hybrid is not the equivalent of a 5-iron. It's almost, if you have the hot 5 hybrid, I'd say it's more like a 3-iron, because the spin rate is so low. So I'm curious if you airmailed that green.
I think I did.
I don't think you would with a 5-iron, but because you didn't have the club for the yardage, you got a little handcuffed. So, you know, that's also, you know, good in terms of identifying, you know, where students could, you know, further improve their game. You know, equipment is definitely one of those aspects.
And I'm actively looking for a 6 hybrid, but Kevin, you're also a master club fitter too. So I think that's another kind of hidden part of the aspects. We get on TrackMan, we work on kind of the technical part of equipment as well.
I think as a teacher, you definitely have to be knowledgeable about the golf clubs. And I've been certified with both Ping and Callaway in club fitting. So that's really helped me in my background. But you got to stay up to date too with technology, because it's changing every year. And these engineers are making the clubs faster and more forgiving, and there's so many models and choices that as a teacher you have to have the answers for the students, right? And so yeah, you have to really study what's happening in the equipment world.
And we're also old school, conversely, going back to Harvey Penick. He said you should be able to hit any club almost any distance, right? Like you can hit your 7, 170, 150, 130, 110.
Yeah.
You teach that as well.
Yeah.
And it's been hard for me, so tell me a little bit about
finesse
that.
shots, right? So basically in between yardages, especially off uneven lies, you know, you're not using stock swings a lot on courses like this where it's so mountainous and you have wind, uneven lies, right? We got to be able to finesse shots into the fairway and into the green, fairway finder off the tee, little knockdowns, flighted shots into the greens. These kinds of things, yeah, that's where the course lessons are invaluable.
And sometimes I get too excited when I hit it far and you get frustrated with me because we're not really chasing distance, we're chasing consistency and being like a machine.
Yeah, definitely. I think that if you're going to play I think what would surprise most men golfers is, you know, scratch golfers, middle-aged scratch golfers are not the longest hitters in the amateur ranks. Generally, they're the steadiest. They're not the guys that are hitting it super long, but they're very consistent. They just kill you with consistency. And that's a lesson that, you know, a lot of amateurs need to see so that it can reinforce that idea.
And we're trying to get me to swing a little bit more like an LPGA player in terms of swing speed and tempo. I'm a little too powerful for my own good, is that what you would say?
I wouldn't categorize it as LPGA. LPGA definitely, I think, have more graceful swings as a whole, but I think the idea is to swing within yourself. Yeah, so you got a tight lie, downhill.
Got this a little bit. I think putting is a good choice. Keep this a little close.
I think it's going to go right to left. It's going to curve a little left at the end.
Okay.
Just trying. Nice leave.
Thanks.
Very good. That's a very safe play, right? Amateurs need to keep it rolling on the ground as much as possible, minimize risk.
Kevin hit a great shot.
A 22-footer left to right. Out is good. Up the hill. Do not want to leave it short. Good try.
Good putt.
Just didn't break enough.
Good par, Kevin.
All right. I want to thank you, Raul, for joining me. This was great. A little 2-hole course play and then show the viewers Ko'olau and its majesty, and that we're still here and it's available to play. And you can contact me through KMRschoolofgolf.com. I want to thank Channing here for taking the videos of us, and yeah, it's a great day.
This was awesome, and I want to say Kevin's bettered our lives, all of us collectively here at the course, and we're so thankful to have you, Kevin. Thankful to have this course, and we just love being here.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right. Aloha.